Good morning, good morning, good morning, Tucson, Arizona. Welcome, Pima County. This is the Fresh Start International Radio Show. Every Saturday morning at 7:30 on 106.3 The Groove, we come with redemption. We come with reconciliation. We come with restoration. And Dr. Damon T. Holt is traveling around the country. He's gone to 2 different states this past week, bringing trauma resilience into the schools, into the prisons, into wherever we can stop the pipelines which are drawing people from childhood into a life of incarceration. Let me make some announcements first. This is Fresh Start International, and we are having our Fresh Start Expo October 18th. It's going to go from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. It's going to be at the TCC, and we are going to have the judges from every court out there, and they will be handling your cases so that you can move forward into the future in a flourishing way, without fines, with a structured payment plan, with your record expunged, with your rights restored. Everybody knows the story. Last year, I got to vote for the second time in my life in the presidential election because I got my rights restored. We live in a state where you have to go through a massive process in a time period and a tolling statute in order to get your rights restored. We are fighting that our rights don't even get taken, that we keep our rights while we're incarcerated. We are also fighting that if you're not going to do that, at least give them back to us when we get out, because we've served a sentence and that sentence is done. And a mistake should not be a life sentence. It should be a life lesson. So that's the Fresh Start Expo, October 18th. Our fundraiser is going to be September 20th. Where is that at, bro? That is at
Sanctuary Church.
St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, 7650 North Paseo del Norte. If you go to the website, all of this stuff is up on the website, and man, check out a lot of the stuff on there and the upcoming events and the opportunity to sponsor us at Fresh Start.
Absolutely.
Coming into the new year. We are planning on doing workshops for trauma resilience. We are planning on going into the prisons again, the federal prison, the state prison. Damon's already going into the Kansas City, the Kansas State Prison.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time before we're in every state prison in the country, and we're going to get back into the federal system too. So, with that being said, we got a great guest on the show today, and I'm going to read you a little thing before I introduce him, because we talk about it all the time. The trauma that puts us in prison, the traumas that get us to the point where we go to prison or do the stupid things that get us in the place that gets us to prison. But we're not the only ones that are affected by the things that we do. And one of the great things that I learned in my learning journey was that the things that I did actually had an effect on other people besides me.
That's right. Give it to them.
Because I was so selfish that all I was thinking about is, woe is me, right? But my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister, my daughter, and I'll get tough on that. Let me read this. In every prison cell, there's more than just punishment. There's a story. A mother aching for her children, a father burdened by regret, and on the outside, a child wondering why they were left behind. But what if we told you that reconciliation is possible? When a parent and child reconnect, it's not just about restoring a relationship, it's about restoring identity, dignity, hope. In community and faith spaces, we believe in second chances. We believe in fresh starts. We believe that healing doesn't come from shame, it comes from truth, love, and accountability. Reconciliation allows incarcerated parents to face their past and take responsibility. And for children, it gives them the power to move forward, not as victims of their parents' choices, but as survivors of their own journey. Faith teaches us that no one is beyond redemption. Community reminds us that healing is shared work. Together we can create a space for letters to be written, visits to happen, apologies to be made, and forgiveness to grow.
That's right.
Let's not let bars block out the possibility of love. Let's invest in programs that reconnect families, because healed families heal communities. And sometimes all it takes to begin is the courage to say, I'm still your parent, I love you, and I want to be better.
Ain't no doubt about it.
We have a guest on our show today, and his ministry is about reconciling parents to their children. And Marcus Doe is going to come in and talk about what he does. And William and I are going to talk about what he does and what it means to us and what it means to a father, what it means to a mother, what it means to that child, because it means it to us.
Absolutely.
Marcus, welcome to the show. Welcome to Fresh Start. Bring it in and tell us what your ministry, We Reconcile, is about.
Oh man, thank you for having me this day. It's a wonderful, wonderful gift to be here. I really appreciate the efforts and what it took to get me here. Very grateful. I am the founder and the chief executive of an organization called We Reconcile, and our mission is to restore relationships between separated adult children and their fathers and mothers through a healing journey of forgiveness and reconciliation.
Sir, yes,
Our
sir.
mission and vision is to create a global movement of reconciled families. We all know the statistics of kids who are divorced, parents who are divorced and imprisoned or just separated or estranged in some way. Every one of us knows someone who knows someone or is going through that issue where they don't talk to their dad or they're separated from their dad or their mom, and they don't have a bridge to get
sir.
back with that person.
Yeah.
Some of us have the idea, right, that, man, at some point I would like to address this with my kid. At some point I would like to address this with my mom. But we don't have a bridge. So God laid in my heart at 40 years old that this is what your mission, this is why I put you on this earth. This is why you went through what you went through as a kid, to do just this, to reconcile families through forgiveness and truth telling, like you said.
Amen.
Telling the truth. We're not heaping shame on anyone. What we're trying to do is bring us in the darkness to the light
Absolutely.
and change generational patterns
Yeah.
of fatherlessness.
Yeah, amen, bro. And here's the thing: when I first met you, I started researching the topic, and there are numbers as high as 70%, but most of the numbers are right around 50% of all adults, male or female, incarcerated are parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did tell me that
Yeah.
last week.
50%,
Yeah.
50 to 70% are parents. So that means all of those children have suffered what we're talking about, this separation, this thought pattern, this mindset. Was it my fault? Did I do this? Did they leave me?
Yep. They're going through life. Kids are going through life thinking, why he don't want me, right? Why, what happened? I don't know that story. Did he reject me? And you live with that, the elephant in the room of your life, I'd like to call it. Whereas your parent is somewhere else living, thinking about you. How do I get in contact? How do I reestablish? How do I come back? And it's not like it's a monetary issue. It's an issue of relational discord
No.
Absolutely.
that surrounds all of us. And it's just like, well, someone needs to step in there. Someone needs to be that bridge. And that's what we do. So the way we do it is we help fathers and adult children reconcile through a year-long process. We don't just, people always ask me, am I just going to be straight in the room with my dad? I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Right.
We won't do that to you.
Right.
Both sides say yes. We will pay for all of your counseling over the year. And we start off with both sides say yes. They fill out the application. You start going to counseling separately to deal with your trauma, your
Absolutely.
triggers,
Absolutely.
and all your past,
Wow.
maybe your fatherlessness.
That's powerful.
Both sides. And then when you're dealt with that, you go into the second phase where you start to write letters. Not accusatory letters,
Absolutely.
but letters of hope to say, this is what I hope to get at the end of this year. This is what I'm thinking. This is why I got into this program. When they start to do that, then they start to imagine what it's like to actually reconcile with this person. And our counselors have a specific roadmap designed for this.
Wow.
Not just regular counseling, but for reconciliation between parents and their adult children.
Wow.
When you
Oh,
get through
okay.
that second phase, here's the good part. We take you on a retreat. Now let me say this about the retreat. While they're going through the first four to 6 months, they are assigned a cohort of other fathers going through our program.
Wow.
And the adult
Okay.
children get a community of other adult children going through the program. So all of those people know each other.
Absolutely.
So they're not going through this
Absolutely.
alone.
Alone.
Super good.
So when they go to the retreat, hey, I know John. I've actually had a cohort meeting or 2 cohort meetings with him. So you know somebody going in, right? So we go to this retreat for a weekend. And I want to say this. We just had one in March. There's not a dry eye in the room. Not a dry eye in the room. That weekend, when we wrap up on that Sunday evening, on that Sunday morning, we have fathers and adult children bring a picture. Whatever picture they have of each other, whatever they want to bring to share, and they'll share it with each other. That's how the retreat works. Now, after the retreat, in the third phase of the program, they start going to counseling together.
Wow. Wow.
Where you start to do,
Come on. Yeah.
where they start going through, they start doing they start going to counseling together. Now, while they're going to counseling together, they're doing speaker listener, hearing, hey, I'm going to put the truth out there, and I want you to hear me and reflect what I'm saying. It's a counseling exercise, and the same thing happens opposite.
Absolutely.
And that's how you start to
Wow.
build a kind of rewired relationship, a new renewed relationship. And then at the end, in the fourth quarter, we start to give you resources. We give you a pass to a restaurant so you can start meeting one-on-one on your own.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we kind of off-ramp you.
Oh,
So the
that's
process
cool,
is
man.
slow. It takes about a year. And all through that, you're with your counselors. You're with your cohort of people. Our website is wereconcilefamilies.org. You'd be hard-pressed to find anything like this in our country.
Wow.
In the nation.
In the
Yeah.
nation.
Yeah, in the nation. Man.
God gave me a vision 4 years ago, and I just started to write. And I remember it was in the middle of COVID, 5 years ago. It was in the middle of COVID. And I called one of my friends that I knew for so long, and I said, hey, man, can I sit with you and tell you something that I've been thinking about for years and years, but now I have the opportunity. I'm stuck at home. Can I do that? And I started writing it. Well, I started talking to him, and he said, let me stop you right there. I'm one of those kids.
That's it.
Wow.
I haven't seen my dad in 37 years. He couldn't wait for the program.
Absolutely.
He called his mom, who got in contact with his dad, and he flew across the country, met his father, recorded the conversation, and it'll make you cry.
So you have this documented? You have this?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. He is one of our biggest supporters. He said, I mean, he doesn't want anything from his dad, but he wants the relationship.
Yeah.
It's not monetary. It's like, man, I want to know my uncles. I want to know, maybe health issues have come up. You've been living with this. His dad was almost 70 years old,
Yeah.
right? Every time I give a presentation, whether it's in a barbershop or at a church, someone comes up to me and says, yes, I have this issue, and I've been waiting for something like this.
Ain't no doubt.
Man.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, and I mean, when I first met you a few months ago, right after that, I just texted my daughter to say hi. We are
That's what's up.
terribly estranged. We have virtually no relationship whatsoever anymore. We did. She used to come to visit me in prison. But I said some things that I don't even really know what it was. And I was thinking about my future and speaking about my future coming out of prison. And she took it as I was coming out and she was not going to be part of that future.
Absolutely.
And it just put this knife in the whole thing, bro. And so it just really got hard, and her mother didn't help that situation at all.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I got a word on how you just mentioned it.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of my partners that I know, her name is Kelly, and she mentioned something to me through some of her exercises and through some of the programming and treatment that she's into. And she said trauma bonding is so real. And that's what it made me think about what you just said. So many of us are generationally past the torch, not knowing that through the umbilical cord, that these things are given to you, and you don't even know it until you reach a certain point in your life that you feel like, well, that happened to me. That happened to me. And like Big Brother just said, one of his best friends said that happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising when you open your mouth and you start to speak about the things that you believe have only affected you, how many people you find out it has affected, and how much strength that gives you when you find out there's more people like
Ain't
you.
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How can ones contact you, and two, how can ones donate or invest in your program?
Yes. Thank you for asking that. Our website is wereconcilefamilies.org. Wereconcilefamilies.org. My email address is marcusdoe@wereconcilefamilies.org. You can find us on Facebook at We Reconcile Families, Instagram as We Reconcile Families. So we're very accessible. If you have a question, you want to meet for lunch, you want to do a coffee, because everybody wants to share their story about what happened, and I'm willing to listen, right? So reach out to me. Marcus Doe at wereconcilefamilies.org is my email address. My assistant's email address is Angelica at wereconcilefamilies.org. Either one of us will respond to your email, respond to your question. If you want to donate to our program, you can just visit the website, because all of this obviously takes money. We do not. It is my vision not to take money from folks in the program.
Right.
So all of their
Goodness,
counseling,
yes, sir.
we want to be. I don't want any barriers to be in the way of someone reconciling with their adult
Absolutely.
child or their parents.
Absolutely.
Like, well, I couldn't afford it, and that's another excuse. No. I will go out and knock on doors, beat every bush to raise the money. If you would like to donate to us, it's wereconcilefamilies.org. There's a donate button that you can do. We're looking for monthly supporters. We're looking for any kind of donation
Absolutely.
to help us. We have counselors that are available to help families, and those counselors, obviously, that's where most of our money goes to, is to
Absolutely.
counseling.
Have you partnered with anyone?
We work with several organizations in the city, not officially, but
Okay.
yeah. Several places, several churches in the city that work with us that we go to and do. I do men's breakfast. I will be at OVCN in September. There's a number of places that I've been. Catalina
that's
Foothills.
That's
I've been there
beautiful.
for men's breakfast. So I go to men's retreats, men's breakfast, and I share this. And people are stunned, but they understand. People get it. A lot of people get the
Absolutely.
vision. Especially say, yes,
Absolutely.
that is needed, and you are called, right?
So, 4 years? How many people would you say have gone through?
Man, we started 3 years ago, and this is our first group of families going through. They're going
Right.
to graduate
Right.
Oh my goodness.
in October.
October.
We have a graduation scheduled in October, our first families, and it is so exciting for me. It brings me to tears. I can't tell you.
So that's a year-long process, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
for
started last
graduation.
August.
Yeah,
Our first group,
amen.
right?
Wow.
They've gone through since last August, and now October they're going to graduate. Right now, they're actually at the place where they're meeting each other for lunch on
Wow.
their own without the counselor.
See, we're going to have one of them guests come out, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
'cause
I-
I ain't
I'd
saying
love
it
to
like
hear the
this.
story, yeah.
Exactly. I'm the one that's for show and tell.
Yeah.
I was captain of the football team. I was captain of the basketball team. And when we won or lost, they didn't want to talk to everybody else. They wanted to talk to me because I'm the one that called myself being in that position.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to the ones that was in that program.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
wouldn't mind having somebody come up, man.
Yeah, I mean, just the process in itself. I like the point that it's not immediately we're throwing you into the pen. You
Ain't
know,
no
you're
doubt.
going in the cage.
No, not at all.
WWE,
Ain't no
let's
doubt.
get it out.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
work it.
Absolutely.
But no, you're taking your time. You're working with each individual because each individual has their own trauma and their own belief as to what occurred, and they may see it differently,
Absolutely.
Yep. A lot of people do.
right?
A lot of people do.
And that's where a lot
Individual
of offense
results.
comes
Individual
in.
results.
They
may
start
vary.
taking offense because
Absolutely.
they're not recognizing how this has affected me, and
Absolutely.
he's not recognizing how this has affected me. Man, just recognize you both got affected.
Everybody, there's two sides to the story, and everybody has a perspective. So we start slowly, and we kind of work them through. That's exactly right. But every relationship is like a thumbprint,
Right.
right? The overarching theme may be estrangement and separation, but man, there are stories there.
Ain't no doubt
There are
about it.
stories of me sitting on the couch waiting for my dad to come. There are stories of me hearing that he was in prison. There are stories of me hearing that he's doing something else that I don't know about. Or I got this picture or I saw, maybe he was at a funeral or something. There's so many stories of hurt,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
There's so many stories of disappointment,
Yeah.
right? And our program is not like, I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong,
Yeah.
but to reimagine a better future.
That's what it's about.
And here's the thing,
That's what it's about.
it affects the grandchildren.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Generational.
It's generational.
Oh, certainly generational.
Yeah,
Man,
absolutely.
if you could stop the pipeline, bro, or put a chink in the armor, I mean, that gives people a chance, and that's all we need.
Yeah.
All we need is a chance of seeing it done the right way. because we've seen it done the wrong way a whole bunch, bro.
And that's what
And-
Dr. Holt always emphasized with what
Don't
you
he?
just said.
Yeah.
He always said, ministering to the people.
Yeah.
And I you know, it took a little time to really register, but ministering to the people, discipleship to the people. You know, him putting that out there like that, it make a guy really think about it, that it's the people that are being affected by the trauma that has been caused from different avenues of one's lives.
No.
So
And I
I
talk
most
about it all the
definitely get
time, bro. You've heard me talk about it. Perceived trauma
Perceive, yes.
and real trauma. It doesn't matter because the person who has experienced it thinks it's real.
Mm.
Whether it's perceived, and I mean, I resented my family for almost my entire life because I got molested as a child
Wow.
and they didn't protect me, but they had no idea it happened, you know, but that's perceived trauma, bro. I perceived that they could have stopped it.
You can caricature.
Yeah.
So I've explained what we do, how we do it, and a lot of people ask me, "Well, why do you do it?
Mm.
Why you?
Where's your heart? Where did that come
Where
from?
did that come from?" And let me explain briefly. So I grew up in a small country in West Africa called Liberia. Liberia was founded by freed slaves from this country.
Wow.
My father was the assistant director of the Secret Service of the entire country. When the government was being overthrown, I lost my parents.
Oh my God.
So my mother when I was 9 and my father when I was
Wow.
I lived as a refugee and an orphan in another country
sorry.
for 3 years before I got to the United States. I did not have a loving bone in my body towards the people who made me an orphan
Mm.
for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. That's real, bro.
When I turned 31, went back after 20 years of being away from my country, went back to find and forgive the people who made me an orphan.
Forgiveness.
To this day,
Forgiveness.
I made contact with the person, I'm not going to say their name, the person who was accused of killing my mother, I talked to now.
Wow. Mhm.
I went through years of counseling to be able to forgive,
Absolutely.
to be able to reach out, reconcile.
Mm.
So I am willing to be the bridge between fathers and adult children who want to forgive and want to reconcile.
No doubt about
That's
it.
the unique key that God has given me because I was in a prison of unforgiveness for years. And God let me out. And I think he said, here's the key. Go ahead and let other people.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
truth will set you free.
the truth will set you free.
Yeah.
So that's why I do what I do. And I remember just
Oh,
thinking,
that's
God, what are
impactful.
you doing with this life that I have?
Mm.
I was so angry, so broken. I came to this country with the clothes I had on, unforgiveness, hatred. If you talk to my high school teachers, they'll be like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh my
Because
God.
that kid was so disruptive,
Oh my God.
right?
Wow.
But here I am. God turned around my life.
Turn the hearts of the children back to
And
the
he-
fathers and the hearts of the fathers back to the children.
Yeah, last verse in the Old
Malachi.
Testament. Yeah. He shined the light in my life that changed me forever.
That's that
Wow.
vision.
And
That's that vision.
I saw it as a bunch of losses. Like, man, I lost so many family members. God looked at me and said, really, I invested in you because I have a plan.
Wow,
Absolutely.
bro. That's powerful.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your ministry. We reconcile families.org. Go there, donate, go there, help, contact. If you are the child of a situation or if you are a parent of a situation, contact them, get a hold of them. You got something, bro?
No, I want to know the news we got. What news we got?
What news we got, man? We got the Fresh Start Expo coming back 2025, October 18th from 9 to 1 at the TCC. We're going to have the judges from every court out there, and we're going to be restoring rights. We're going to be sealing records. We're going to be expunging records and giving people a shot. Fine
Absolutely.
reductions, fine restructures, all of those things. We'll have jobs out there. We'll have behavioral health. We'll have housing. Just a great show will be out there. We're going to do the fundraising brunch on September 20th. It's going to be 11:30 to 1 at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, 7650 North Paseo del Norte. If you go to the Fresh Start website, it is fresh-start.international. Go to the website and you can sign up to support us doing all of these things. Those that are on YouTube and can see us, all of the addresses are here. Please contact
Absolutely,
us. If you are
absolutely.
in the prison system, federal or state, you may write us at Fresh Start International, care of Bustos Media, 3222 South Ritchie, Suite 124, 266, Tucson, Arizona, 85719. Have a fresh start, and God bless you each this day.